The concrete jungle is not barren. There is life in this great ecosystem. Yet most urban areas are dominated by the same few species. Squirrels who dumpster dive for their next meal. Crows who seem to enjoy urban infrastructure. Most animals, however, are not adapted to city life. That begs the question, are humans? Although 83% of the United States population lives in urban areas, they are not ideal for human health. For mental and physical well-being, people must have access to green spaces, like parks and gardens. Cities create a microclimate known as a heat island. This phenomenon can be measured using albedo, the fraction of light reflected by a surface. Dark roofs and pavement that absorb the sun have a low albedo. Grass has a high albedo, which reduces the temperature of a space. Trees are even more effective at cooling. Therefore, urban areas are often significantly warmer than neighboring rural areas. At night, urban areas can be up to 40 degrees Celsius hotter as the pavement returns heat to the atmosphere. Excessive heat is more than a discomfort, it is a health hazard. Heat waves increase the likelihood of heart attack, stroke, and other medical events. In the US, heat waves correlate with more deaths than any other natural disaster. Green spaces mitigate this risk. Take Ravenna Park, for example, a stronghold of nature within the city limits of Seattle. The high albedo of the vegetation makes the park perceptibly cooler. The tree cover creates shade. The plants decrease the air temperature through evaporative cooling. The breeze on the creek is refreshing. The park is beautiful, but it also creates a safe space for people to shelter during extreme heat waves. Ravenna Park is surrounded by the Ravenna neighborhood. Even outside the park, the space is green, the streets lined with trees, the front yards blooming with flowers. Here, the average home sells for $1.1 million, 37.5% more than the citywide average. This is no coincidence. High-income areas are significantly more likely to enjoy green spaces than low-income areas. This is the result of historical practices like redlining that force marginalized groups to less desirable neighborhoods. Yet, disadvantaged communities experience a stronger protective effect from green spaces than the privileged. They occupy poorly built apartments with no air circulation, let alone AC. They are more likely to have a disability or pre-existing condition that puts them at a higher risk during heat waves. Unequal access to green space is not only the result of systemic inequity, but also propagates systemic inequity. This problem is not easily solved, but urban planners must keep it in mind. Vegetation and eco-friendly construction can increase the albedo of our cities, making them safe, comfortable, and beautiful. Green spaces are a necessity, not a luxury reserved for the wealthy.